In this video, we're going to look at how to program physical devices in Purple Mash using freecode Microbit. Freecode Microbit can either be found via the Tools area in the To-Code freecode area at the top here next to Purple Chip, or it can be accessed via the Computing Curriculum area in the Physical Devices section, again next to Purple Chip. When you launch freecode Microbit, you might recognize some of the commands on the left-hand side already. The control and the create and change variable commands will be familiar to children if they have previously used To-Code. If you have previous experience of programming using Purple Chip, you might also recognize that there's a similarity here. You have the purple output commands and the green event commands. These output and event commands specifically program the microbit. Unlike Purple Chip or To-Code, there is no design screen because we're programming the actual microbit, but you can switch between the JavaScript code and the code blocks. So if children want to have a go at programming in the JavaScript text, they can do. Before I start programming using these commands on the left-hand side, I'm going to press the Run button, which will launch my simulator of my microbit. Now, the microbit itself has a number of different input and sensors that you can program. First of all, the microbit has button A on the left and button B on the right. I'm then going to select the Gestures tab here. These gestures use the motion sensor that's built into the microbit. The microbit also has other inbuilt sensors to measure the external temperature and light level. There is also a built-in sound sensor on your microbit, which is located here. This enables you to program things to happen based on it detecting a medium or a loud sound. The microbit includes 5 large pins and 20 smaller pins that can be used to detect external input. Using freecode Microbit, you can program the input on pins 0, 1, and 2. You can connect crocodile clips or banana plugs to these pins. These could then be used in conjunction with electrical circuits or motors and other external input. Let's have a look at programming some of these events and output commands. The first thing I'm going to do is drag the display text into my code window. I have the option of either scrolling my text along my microbit or my text just showing in a static way. If I run my code, you can see that text automatically scrolling through on my microbit simulator. I might want to make it so that that text only displays when I click one of the buttons. I'm going to select the When Microbit button pressed, and let's select button A, and then nest this display text output inside that event. Let's run that code. My text is no longer displaying automatically. It will only display when I click on the Microbit A button. Let's see what else we can program. I might want to program button B. This time, if I click on button B, I'm going to make it show some LEDs. This is where I get to program which of the LEDs will show when I press button B. I'm going to make a love heart. Let's run my code again. This time, if I press button B, my heart will show. If I press A, it will scroll my text. I'm now going to program the When Gesture command, and I'm going to select the shake gesture. I'm going to play some music. Now, there are some built-in pieces of music here that I could select. Let's select the entertainer. I could show an image. Let's try the Pac-Man image. Let's run my code now. If I press button A, it's going to scroll my text. If I press button B, it will show my heart. I'm going to see what happens when I shake my device. So let's select the Gestures tab and click. You can program your own music creations as well. If I select that option there, and I can make my own tune. Let's make a simple tune. To run my code on my actual microbit rather than in the simulator, I need to transfer my code to my microbit. I have plugged my microbit into my laptop using the USB lead. I'm then going to select this USB transfer button at the top here. This will detect my microbit device. I select that and click the connect button. As you can see, it's transferring my program across to my microbit, and the tiny little orange light is flashing at the back of my microbit to tell me the transfer is happening. I could then press the buttons on my actual microbit to run my code. Let's see what happens when I shake my microbit. freecode microbits is a lovely, accessible way to introduce children to programming physical devices.